So yesterday, I went back and got to train at Super Training with some of my training partners from the last couple of years. I had a blast. I got great work in. Let's get to it. So here we're using the transformer bar. As you can see, I'm having a little trouble getting like my setup dialed in here. The bar felt kind of awkward, so it's kind of getting a little hard to get my feet anchored in. But I did get anchored in, and I stayed really vertical. Yesterday this is probably the best squatting I've done in my time doing this. So, here I'm like really working on screwing my feet in, getting my torso tight. Set up, set back. My knees or my femurs are turned out, my knees are staying out, my shins are vertical. I'm really grabbing the floor with my feet, like Brian Carroll says, try to grip it like a monkey. And then I screw my feet in and turn my femurs all the way out. Donnie Thompson has some good stuff on this too, like a little trick you can do to like show people how to, find that sensation. With like manually picking up and turning their leg out. So check that out if you get time. So here, now I'm up to 2 plates and a quarter. Again, like everything's feeling good. This box is a little old, so it's like depressing a little bit, the foam, but so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit. But now, here I'm just getting wiggled into my briefs. Using them toe straps. Man, if you got briefs, get toe straps sewed into them. It makes things a hell of a lot easier to get into. The shirt I'm wearing belonged to one of the OG members of Super Training. His name was Mike Moore. My buddy Greg Buffington gave me this shirt. Mike died a few years back. I never got to meet him, but apparently, he was a very strong lifter. He was in his 50s when he was training there, and he was still strong as hell. So, it's an honor to have this shirt, and it was great getting to like break it out for this squat session. Here I just worked up to 3 plates. Boom, another double. I went into this day like Friday is usually my speed day, and this is done on a Saturday, so like I didn't do my speed workout on Friday. I'm still coming off this injury, so it's kind of like somewhere in between, fucking max and dynamic. I don't know. I did work up to heavy single, but I did a lot of like doubles that I felt were pretty speedy. I mean, here, I just have my briefs on. I don't have a belt. Just 3 plates and a quarter. But the spinal compression's real, man. We gotta like adjust the rack here so it sinks down a little lower, because I'm having a hard time clearing the hooks. So now I'm getting resettled, right? Readjust, get my feet right. This bar felt different than any other safety bar I've used. I think I'm more of a fan of the Elite FTS SS yoke still, but like this was still cool getting to use this. So technically I did hit a PR yesterday. But here's another good speedy double. Like again, my torso's staying up, everything's staying locked in better. This setup adjustment has been tremendous. My dumbass forgot to record the next 2 sets, so I don't have my 4-plate set or my 4-plate and a quarter. But this is my last set. I got 4 plates, a quarter, a dime on this bar. Here I'm getting wiggled in, getting everything tight, readjusting a little bit. Again, like it's hard. The bar felt awkward at the top, so it was hard getting anchored in. Like it felt easier coming out of the hole, and it felt harder to lock out. But again, like my torso stays pretty vertical here. Like I don't fall forward very much. Like just nothing past the extent of what like the safety bar usually does. And then like but other than that, no, it stayed very vertical, and the sensation felt so different that it like threw me off. Like driving up out of the hole and not having to resort to my back taking the load was crazy. Like I felt way more tension in my glutes and hamstrings. Like my ass is way more sore than what it usually is from a box squat. We look here at this picture to compare like my last set of without a belt, and then my final set with the heaviest weight. You see on both of them these pictures here, like my legs are in the same position. My low back is still locked in. My chest is fairly up, but whereas on the left hand side, on the just 3 1/4, like my upper back is still locked in. My head's up, and then here on the heavy set, my upper back is rounded over. But I mean, it's a safety bar. You're gonna have that. That's part of the bars. It's gonna kick your ass and roll you forward. So I think this is a pretty damn good job of staying like locked in, vertical. About as vertical as you can be with a safety bar with heavy weight, right? So I'm very happy with today. I got to keep getting better, keep getting stronger in those areas. Keep getting my abs stronger, my low back stronger, and keep dialing this setup in better and better. Clearly, I got to get more tension in the upper back so it doesn't cave on me until I got even more weight on the bar. So, things to work on all around. But damn, it felt good, man. It felt really good. Here I'm doing sled drags. Bill's like, hey, let's do some backward sled drags. So we worked up to, I think, 5 plates, down, taking it down, taking it back. These things, I think backward sled drags are the best, like, quad builders around. We just kind of use it to prime up we did some straight weight speed pulls here. This was the first time I've used, like, a deadlift bar since the last time I competed. So it was pretty cool. It's like, it really does feel like doing a rack pull for me right now. I'm used to pulling from a deficit and on a stiff bar, so like getting that slack out is really nice. Everything felt hella fast. We're going back and forth here. It felt good. I feel tight. I feel like every pull was faster than the last. So Bill and I were kind of like competing and talking shit this whole time, right? And he said before hand we were doing double overhand. Well, here he switched to doing mixed grip, and I didn't notice. And here I go back and I do another double overhand. So there's other people that are pulling and stuff in the meantime. So we're giving advice and coaching and all that jazz. So here we are, get locked in, boom. Great. Now we're talking, somebody was talking to me about my grip. It's like, oh, you're a hook grip guy. I'm like, well, no, competition, I like to mix, but, Bill said that we're doing double over. I'm talking about how I like to tuck my thumb like hook grip even when I mix grip. So, and then I'm watching Bill, and I think I finally noticed here that he's mixed gripping. So now we're talking shit at each other and just jawing back and forth. And he's like, no, dude, it was only for the first 2. I think I called him like a cheating son of a bitch. So yeah, now we fast forward here. Now I'm ticked off. So fast forward, get back. Okay, so I get settled in, mixed grip. And man, this thing flies, right? So I slam it down, I'm talking shit, and he said, I can pull fast too, motherfucker. So it's nice, guys. That's the great thing about having training partners is you can bust each other's balls and push each other. Don't undervalue that. It's so cool to be able to like talk shit and be encouraging, but still have fun. So then they're like, oh, you should just throw a chip on just to piss him off. So. Anyways, so I throw a 5 on each side, right? Get set up here, boom, anchor, tighten my lats, big air, snap it through, boom, really fast. So Bill's like, man, You added weight. Fuck you. So now he throws a chip on one side. Just on one side. He gets set here. Boom, he rolls into it. Boom, fast pull, right? He drops it. So I get set back and I'm like, what am I going to do here? I'm kind of tired. I'm like sucking air. So then I go back and I throw a quarter on. Throw a quarter on each side. And then as I'm going and getting chalked, Bill sneaks in here and rips it before I do. Right. He drops it, bounces. You know, he's a good dude, so he fixed it. Like, and now I come up to the bar, on anchor, lats, big air, boom. Like I felt like a really fast 455 pull. So man, I had a blast. It was great getting to go back and train with some people that I, training partners are like family, man. Like they become part of the whole process. So, if you've got training partners, don't take them for granted. And yeah, dude, like I had a blast. My squat felt better than it ever has, despite the fact that I felt like kind of unstable at the top with that bar. But aside from feeling a little unstable at the top, like the actual movement felt phenomenal. I felt like I got more out of my glutes than I ever had before. Everything stayed open. There was no waver. There was nothing. Everything was cranked and turned out. My torso stayed probably about the most vertical it ever has. So I just gotta get used to, feeling a squat go correctly, and then maybe we can take some steps forward here in the near future. And then the speed pulls felt great. Like I couldn't ask for more. They felt so easy. Like getting to use a deadlift bar, I think feels like doing a rack pull for me. So, and plus, like with how long my limbs are and how short my back is, like it's not a very long movement for me. After that, I went and I smashed on my lats with Austin Baumgartner. I also did some reverse hypers and glute ham raises, and I did a bunch of abs on the glute ham raise too. And then, me and Austin just went and cranked out a whole bunch of lats. We did some, barbell rows with some body English on it, like Kaylor Woolham does. I did some face pulls with these shaky straps that ST's putting out, and did some lat work on some machines, man. So it was a great lift. It was great getting back and seeing these guys that I used to see like every weekend. So I'm looking forward to like stopping back in more often, especially now that I've got I finally ordered the Leviathan Ultra Pro. So I'd like to. My plan is to stop in at ST and get some geared work in with some people so I don't kill myself. So, but that's it from Montani Barbell. Be on the lookout for some more content in the very, very near future. Later.